it's Melanie Benson here, America's leading small business optimizer, and today we're going to talk about communication. No, I'm not talking about the kind of communication you have with your spouse or your kids. I'm talking about the communication that you have as a leader. Now, I've been opening up a dialogue called Awaken Leadership. And Awaken Leadership is something that I'm very passionate about. It's about waking up the potential we have to be real leaders who can have a powerful, positive influence over others. But there's this interesting little thing that I've noticed about entrepreneurs in particular, and that is we tend to not communicate very well. So I think I figured it out, because I know I've done this myself. You're a fast-paced leader, you're a creative, you're going a million miles an hour, you've got all these ideas, they're all in your head, and you meet somebody who's going to help you execute on them, and you do this big data dump, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so happy someone else can help me now. Just take it off my hands, rescue me from my bottlenecking and getting in my own way of getting all this stuff out of my head. So you're so excited that you have somebody to help you. You kind of just dump it all on them, and then you go off to do the things that you're passionate about and you love. Well, that person on the other end is like, what? What do I do? How do I get all this out? And they're feeling somewhat overwhelmed. Now, I'm simplifying this greatly, but I think you get the picture. As fast-paced entrepreneurs, we're oftentimes moving at the speed of light, and we're not taking the time to really communicate effectively and powerfully. There's a lot of different elements of communication. One particular piece that I see happen all the time is leaders keep their ideas in their head way too long, and then they dump them all at once to the team or to the person they want to work with or to their virtual assistant or whoever. And then they bail out and kind of go off to the next thing, and there's not enough clarity for the person to get into action. There's also the problem of communication where if you've got a lot of people who are a part of a movement or a team, that you compartmentalize your communication. And so you have this conversation with this person over here, and then you realize, oh crap, this person over here is affected, and now these two people are not talking together, and they're working on the same project, but now they've completely screwed each other up. Compartmentalized communication is a real problem for a lot of entrepreneurs, and it's not because you're trying to be a pain in the butt. We know that. It's because you do not have a strategy for good communication to keep everybody in the loop on what's happening that can affect the other people. Here's another thing that I see about communication challenges and breakdowns for entrepreneurs who are moving really fast, and that is that they have this idea in their head of a time they want to do something, but because there's all these other things that need attention right now, you keep the team focused on that, and the next thing you know, you're a week out from this deadline, and it's not done, and it needs to be done. Now what? So communication, how well are you communicating with the people that are involved with your ideas and your projects? So here's just a little challenge for you. I want to inspire you to really up-level your greatness factor, to really up-level how you're in communication with the people that are instrumental to your success. This could be clients, it could be strategic partners, it could be people that are helping you launch a new program, it could be your team, it could be your family and your friends. You know, are you communicating in a way that's proactive and allows them to plan ahead for the success that you want to have? Or are you keeping them in this fire mode all the time where they're reactionary and they can't really ever do their best? You know, I've worked with a lot of leaders about their teams and helping them cultivate high-performance teams, and one of the things that I hear over and over and over again is this: Melanie, my team is not functioning at the highest capacity. And when I dig in, I find out why. And that's because the leader is the bottleneck. They're not showing up, they're not communicating well, they're not planning ahead, they're not having proper systems to prepare for the results. Now, what I want you to get is that this is all very solvable, but the shift has to come from you being willing to communicate better, to communicate in advance. And it starts with just having a really simple little system. And I'll make this really, really super simple. Do this. First of all, don't just focus on where you want to be 30 days from now. Focus on where you want to be a year from now. And then look at where, how do we reverse engineer our time for the team and for myself so that we have the time we need to get there. Secondly, are all my launches and my offerings going back to back to back to back, or are we taking a little space in between to breathe? Third, do I have a project management system that allows me to prepare my team and the tasks and the activities they have so that they know what needs to be done when? Fourth, are we having ongoing communication? I gotta say, this is really simple, but very few people do it. Do you have a set time every week, every other week, every month, whatever that is for you, where everybody on the team is getting together so they know what's the lay of the land, and you have an agenda that you keep so everybody knows when they're going to get their updates, how they're going to stay in communication? So that's what I want to leave you with today. How well are you communicating with the people that are instrumental in helping you achieve your results? And are you willing to up the game a little bit? Are you willing to take things to the next level and really put some powerful communication skills in place? This is actually a topic that we're going to tackle in the Inner Mastery program, because as entrepreneurs, you've got to learn how to build the muscles that will allow you to achieve the greatest results. And communication is absolutely one of them. All right. Look forward to hearing your thoughts on communication. Are you a good communicator? Could you be better? Are there some things that tend to break down for you? Do you get caught off guard and find that your team is like, what? We didn't know about this. Do you forget to plan ahead and find yourself in reactive mode a lot? What's one thing you could do differently in your communication to get the results that you crave? I'm Melanie Benson-Strick. I'll look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're joining us on iTunes, head on over to melaniebensonstrick.com and look for the blog. Bye for now.